thank you very much for coming. We are going to try and tell you, between us, me and my colleague here, we're going to try and tell you the whys and the hows of Everyplay. I want to try and make sure that when you leave this room, you realise that if you're making a mobile-based game, iOS and Android game, and you're not using this, you're an absolute madman, essentially. And not because I want you to kind of think that this loudmouth business-type person is right, but simply because this stuff speaks for itself. And if you're a technical guy, you're going to see Carl weave the magic wonder and realise, hang on a minute, that's really easy. So I've tried to give you a sense of just the challenge we face. So much content. But if we ourselves allow those magic moments of pleasure, that is what games are all about, to become the very vehicle that people share with the people who care about them, now we're in a completely different world. That's no longer marketing. That's what the true essence of what virality should have been. It's about sharing passions. It's about sharing magical moments of joy. And if I can ask Carl to press the button to move on to the next slide. This is as simple as it gets. I'm in a game, I have this moment of play, and I go, wow, that was great. If only I recorded it, I could share it with my friends. And this thing pops up when I want to press the share button. And I can type away, and I can use the magic wonder of Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, even our own service. I can even email it to people. I just killed the demon with this mighty sword of awesomeness. I just gained the hat of wonder, or the Vorpal blade. You know, I've got that moment which I care about because I did it. And now you get to see me do it in your face. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. And I could just talk like this for hours, and that would get very dull for the tech guys in there because you'd probably go, well, what's he just talking for? So let's kind of move a little bit forward and actually start thinking about how we go and get started. And at that point, I think, we probably should start with this kind of idea before we kind of show you it doing, is just remind ourselves again, what is it we're doing this for? Why are we making games at all? I mean, I don't think it's just the money. Well, if you live in London and you're a coder and you're doing games, it's definitely not just the money. I know friends of mine who've been hired in the banking system in London for 3 times the salary they got at EA, or whichever other company they were at the time. So we don't just do this for money. We do this for passion too. We care about creating worlds that people want to see. So let's make it possible for them to see it. And let's actually make it something that's intrinsic in the experience. And again, I'll get Carl to flick on. So let's get started. Let's actually start thinking about what do we do. So I'm gonna just ask, you got a mic? Eh?
Yeah, I got a mic.
You got an actual mic.
Yeah. Everybody hears me?
So, okay. Carl, tell us how would we get? I mean, I'm your sort of pointy-haired marketing guy. Hey, I've heard there's really good things out there. There's this like Everyplay thing. I want you to put it in the game. Just do it now.
Okay.
That'll take an afternoon, won't it?
Yes. Wait 10 hours here.
10 hours?
Yeah, 10 hours. So before I continue, who has already used Everyplay? Raise your hand. Okay, only one person. 1.5, I see. So okay, let's start it. Okay, my presentation will be very technical. Okay, so I'm going to use here 4.6 right away. Okay, and this is a final goal we want to achieve. But if I can do a new project, say, okay, create a new project, I can create. If you don't know how to do that, it's time you use Unity. Okay. Everybody's using Unity here? Yeah. Okay, great.
Is this the point, Carl, I should point out that we also support other platforms, or is that not allowed? We do still support other platforms.
So the first thing you do is you go to the asset store and you type in Everyplay. Yeah. And the internet is not the fastest one. Hey, Everyplay, and I need to learn to spell. Okay, there we have it. You just click on it, okay, and you press import, and it imports the package directly into Unity. And,
but Carl, it can't be that simple.
That's it. And
no, it can't be.
I will prove it to you. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so when you import the package, okay, so what we're going to do is file the build settings, and we're going to switch it to iOS or Android, to one of the platforms you want. You can do both, of course. It's multi-platform Everyplay. So you click, convert it, and the last thing you have to do is edit Everyplay settings. Okay, And here, you're going to have to ask, they're going to ask you some technical information. And I'm going to explain it from a viewpoint that I never done it. I never had used Everyplay before they become family. And I was like, wow, how you do that? Well, it literally explains it here. Go to the website, everyplay.com. Okay? And I went to the website. You sign up. And then when you sign up, okay, and then you have an account here. Okay, you can edit your profile, of course. You're going to get 3 numbers. And you have to fill in those numbers right in here. And the last thing you have to do is click here, Enable Test Buttons. And you press play. And then you're going to see here on your device, and you type it in here, you're going to see the numbers. And I'm going to do that because I don't want to type in my numbers here publicly. Okay, otherwise everybody will be using my account. Okay, actually I should do that, because then I get all the revenue.
You get all that. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Oh, we're going to open here another project first. Okay, so you all heard this week or 3 days ago that we have Unity 4.6 and we have the new GUI. Everybody's aware of that? Okay, the cool thing is I made the full integration for Everyplay already with the new GUI. So when you install the package, and I'm going to put it on the Asset Store too, you have right away, you're going to see this, and you press play, and you're going to say here, start the recording in-game, stop the recording, play the last recording, share the model, share your movie file, request a Facecam, we're going to talk about that later, stop the recording, pause the recording, resume the recording, all with buttons. If you open your canvas, you have every button you want. Now the real cool thing is, every button is a prefab. You just drag and drop it in the game, replace the image, and you're done. Okay.
So I kind of like that, Carl, but as a pointy head marketing guy, I think, wouldn't it be a great idea if we could just like record automatically or something like that? Do you think we could do that?
Yeah, let's start here with a little game. Okay, you're going to open here the game. The game I'm showing here will be publicly available very soon. I put it on my Dropbox too and on our blog. So see, we have here a game. Okay. Now, as I just showed you early on, I can drag and drop my prefab in here. So I drag and drop the prefab of Everyplay in it, and I have all the buttons. But we start to see everything gets a little bit cluttered here with a lot of buttons. You can optimize the buttons, but I don't want that. Okay. I want to start automatic record. Okay, look here. Auto record. It's not set up yet. Okay? And here's a done version, but how do you set it up? And that's not the beauty of Everyplay. They provide you very simple APIs to do it. Look, the only thing I had to do is create a script, and you're gonna laugh. Okay. Auto record, open the script, and that's all I had to type in.
It can't be that simple.
That's it. So
I am paid to say these things, you know. You can't throw things at me.
So I just create here. And all you need to do is, so click here. You create an empty object. You're going to add the component to it, the script, auto record. That's it. So what's going to happen now is it starts to record. When I press play in the game, it starts to record the game. But I want to add here also my button to stop my recording. How do I do that? It's really simple. You open your canvas. Okay, and I have it here, the prefab. The prefab canvas for Everyplay. This is something I created, I will be sharing. Now they opened that canvas, the Everyplay, and I said, okay, those are all here. You see all my buttons. The Everyplay button to go to where all the movie files are shown to you. Start record, stop. What we're going to do is here, okay, I don't need the start record button anymore. The only thing I need is the button stop record. Okay, I don't need the Facecam at the moment, and I don't need Everyplay at the moment. So I just need that one button to stop it. But now I need to connect it to the Everyplay API to say stop it. But I don't want a script. I'm lazy. Okay. What you do is really super simple. You say, what are you going to target? Everyplay. You drag and drop Everyplay in here. And what are we going to call from Everyplay? Everyplay, and we're going to say stop it. That's it. So now I already have press play. And what's going to happen now in gameplay? It's going to start to record. I'm going to die here now, but then I can say, okay, stop the recording now. And that's it. Share that recording with my friends here. Play it last, play it over, and share it. I'm going to show how I built to my mobile device too, so you can see then how it all works. So you see, I proved it's super simple.
It's certainly super simple. So now let's try and think about something a bit more interesting. I mean, what if I get, I don't know, you got me pressing a button when I die. What about if I kind of die automatically? Can we do that?
Look, let's take it in a few steps here. Let's go here to another scene. So, as I said to you before, we did the auto start. Okay? But I don't want to have the button of stopping. So look here, you're going to just go to my canvas, and you're going to remove the stop button. Okay, the canvas here, stop record. Okay. Now I want that it automatically stops. Well, I have here a little script, and there's a possibility. I'm going to show you, build it up, how you can do it. Start, stop recording automatically. Okay, I should not remove this. Okay. And now it says, start the recording. If my game played so long, stop the recording. Stop it, and then play the last recording so you can share it. Okay. I want to show you that. Okay. Well, we're going to build it up and then play it basically. So you see, you can easily start and easily stop.
But Clark, I mean, surely some of these videos could go on for hours and hours and hours, couldn't they? I mean, is there anything? Is there any sort of cap on the amount of time I might take, or might I want to make smaller videos? I mean, how might I do that?
Well, you can keep recording with Everyplay. That's a great thing. But of course, I want that just brilliant moment when I break my high score in this game. Hey, this game is a really simple game.
Yeah, I get a high score, I get an achievement. You can share that?
So look here. I have an endless runner here, okay, and I can keep playing for the rest of my life. Okay. And the character will go faster and faster, but you see here I have my blocks, I have my high score. Okay, I want to start to record, not automatically, but I also want to stop recording when my character dies. Okay, it's really simple. You're going to go here to step by step, auto trigger. Okay, just go to here. Okay, so now I want to start to record when my game hits a high score. Well, it's really simple. Look here. How simple are you going to do that? That's it. If I break the high score, in this case, I did just the score. If my score is higher than 4, then start to record. Okay, I'm a copy-paste programmer. I'm not a programmer, but you see, just by adding those lines, it's all I need to do.
And it's worth sort of stepping back and remembering what we were talking about at the beginning. You know, why did I kind of talk about emotion? It's because if we want to be able to reach out to an audience, it has to be something they care about. That's what makes this different from advertising per se. This is a genuine emotional thing that we share with other people. And by thinking about the way you implement it, by making sure it's appropriate and friendly to the game, that it's a true experience, then we're actually sharing something even more valuable. We're making it so that something we're passionate is something that our friends will care about. And then that gets shared in the context of the wider game within a community. So we want to share meaningful moments, not just random things.
So look. When my character dies, I'm going to say here, look here, when my character dies, stop the recording and share the recording. That's all I need to do. Okay, this will be cool, really cool in Unity 5. You can actually then drag and drop just that API on my animation. If that animation plays, create this. I call the Everyplay API. So now I have here my game, okay, and I have, if I hit the high score, if I hit more than 4 blocks, it automatically starts to record. When you end the game, it automatically going to share it. So I want to actually show that. Okay, via build settings. Okay, and I'm going to say add the current one. Okay, and I'm going to delete this. Let's build it. Okay, place. So it's not going to take long to build, but I will show you how easy it is to build it and to test it. Okay. There's another way to test it. You can directly test in Unity 2 to see the effect. And okay, display, deploy. Okay, and okay, I built it this morning. I should have not built it. Okay, and so clean. There it is. And there it is. Okay. So we're going to put it in here. And okay, I'm going to go here to my other device. So you can see, oh, okay, you're gonna have to restart the game.
You're not going to beat your high score that way.
Okay, okay. Okay, I can play the game. So it automatically going to start to record the moment I hit 4 blocks. It's going to start to record. So I'm going to play this. Okay. So we hit here 4 blocks. Okay. So the game starts to play. I'm going to do a little bit show off here. Okay. I know I'm going to die, like I'm going to fall off. And automatically you see how fast it is. Everyplay pops up. I can play my movie file. Look, the showing off here. I hit my high score. Okay. And then I can click on this. I can start to trim my movie file also. You can see the trim button on top. So you can really cut out what you want. And then click say, share this moment directly on Everyplay. But it's popping up a question. It's asking what is metadata.
Yeah, should we? Yeah, let's think about that. So we talked about meaningful moments, and one of the things we can do is actually sort of start putting information into the video itself. So we could put things like the score, or we could put things like an achievement that was hit, the level, the player ID. Some of that data you're going to want to keep private because that's something that you as a game developer want to make use of. And some of it is going to be information that you want to show off so people can look at the video and immediately understand how many lives were left, how much time was taken, all that kind of stuff. And the reason why this is really important is because you can do some magical things with it. So we can use JSON requests to say, okay, I know who this player's friends are because I've done a Game Center or Facebook lookup. So I now want to have the videos posted by these friends for this level, and I want to have the links of them sorted so I can then give a connection on a visual high score table so people can go watch their friends doing the very level they're just playing. And you can do all that just by thinking smartly about how you're going to post metadata. So I suppose that asks the next question, which is, how would I do that?
Okay, I didn't know how to do it, seriously. And I opened Everyplay, how to do that last weekend. Okay, so what I did was here, it's really nice. When you install, when you import the asset store package of Everyplay, it actually comes nicely with the manual here, integrating in Everyplay. Okay. And I went through it, and then I saw here, oh, metadata. Okay, and you know that automatically is adding data to my play. And that's super simple. Look here, I have my main character here, and I have my Turner script. The only thing I had to add is this. Here, the moment I stop recording, but I want to share it, the only thing I think is do, add this. Take the value of score and put it in the score of the metadata of your Everyplay. Okay. Now, if you want to make that public, like when you share the movie file and automatically puts it publicly there, it's really super simple. You go to your account. Okay. You go to your dashboard. You select on your games. Okay, dashboard. Hey, I'm logged in. Dashboard. No. Okay, hold on a second there. I'm doing. There's a button. I went this morning to it. Okay.
I'm sure it's there somewhere.
And okay, there's a button here somewhere. You click on it, and the settings it sets, and then the settings button, you can say activate your score, activate your level, activate the thing. So I'm just gonna. I don't know why I don't see it now. Okay, I will record this afterwards, after the presentation, and then submit it to my Facebook and Dropbox too. But that's where you go.
And
just
how can you not trust that face? I mean, come on.
So there's my button there normally, and I click and I activate it, and that's it. And the last thing you have to do is just press and build. And then in the sharing, as you saw, there will be no missing data, but you're going to see right away the score of that game is this. So you're really engaging your players to beat you in the game. I'll let Oscar talk about that. I'm just a tech guy.
Well, I mean, actually, I'm thinking about Now, we've got quite a lot of stuff here, so we've worked out how we can kind of make the capture of the video meaningful. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if you had a chance to look at this bit yet, Carl, the ability to select how long we want the video to record. We can actually mandate we only want to keep the last 3 minutes. So we can record all the time and say, okay, I'm gonna say keep 3 or 2, or any integer of minutes we can keep. And think about what that might mean. So if you know that between the point where somebody does an action and gets an achievement is going to be roughly about a minute. Well, you might decide, okay, I'm going to record for 2 minutes. I'm going to have there's a relief moment that happens like 30 seconds after the achievement's made. I know that from playing it enough times. So I might decide I'm going to stop pause the game and pause the recording half a minute after the achievement happened, but keep only the 2 minutes. So just think about the power of that concentrated moment of experience and what that means in terms of communicating how exciting your game is. It's a bit like watching the highlights of a football match when someone gets the touchdown or someone scores the goal. And you've got that power. And you can put metadata in so that we can see and communicate that effectively and put that inside your game and also make it easier for people to find and like and share that on the Everyplay community as well. Incredibly powerful stuff. Although I am realizing we are getting close to time, I think.
Yes.
So
there's a few things we have to add here still.
Yeah, I was thinking, is Facecam next on the list?
Yes.
But talk about magic. So I mean, what's more personal than actually seeing your friend do it? So Carl, in the essence of speed, I'll let you show us all that.
So if you want to add to your camera while you're playing, your video camera to it, or your audio recording directly on top of that, it's again super simple. You drag and drop your canvas in there. You activate the button to get the permission to use the face camera and the audio, and that's it. And all the rest is automatically linked. It will start automatically camera and stop it. The only thing you have to do is go to your Everyplay here and say, activate Facecam. That's all you need to do. Okay? If you want to place your Facecam in a specific position, the only thing you have to do is go to your plugins, Everyplay, helpers, and you use your settings for your in-game face camera settings to define how big it is, how small it is, where you're going to place it, the border around it. And that's it. Okay?
I'm going to say it. I can't believe it's so simple.
And I will then
I'm ashamed.
Play it on the end. But as you know, I'm a former photo model. I always want to see myself in the game, integrated in the game. Okay. I hear some people laughing. You don't believe me? No. Okay. So it's super simple now. Okay. I'm going to select here one of those platforms I have in my scene here. Okay. Like you can say this platform here. Okay. And the only thing I need to do is add a little script. I'm going to go here to texture. Okay. And it's a script that comes in the manual to replace one of your materials in the game or add a material and take the Facecam data right away and stream it in there. So we're going to take that texture and I drag it right away onto that platform. I'm going to put it on the other one too. Okay. And I can say, okay, cool. This one too. So I drag and drop the camera on it. I'm going to file save this. Okay, I'm going to take my phone now. I'm going to build it to it. And then we're going to show it off how easy it is. File, build and run.
So just as a recap, what we've done is we tried to make it so that we can capture your face as you're playing the game. But not just that. We can also put that into the game itself. And that's what Carl is building now. So think about how personal that it makes the experience. It's no longer your game as the developer. It's the player's game. And there's something amazing that happens when we surrender our game to our audience. As it becomes something personal to them, it becomes something that they care about, and there's nothing more powerful than having people who are fanatical about our experiences. And at the end of the day, isn't that what we're after? To entertain and delight people so much that they show how much they care about the games that we have. And have I preambled enough? No, a bit longer. Okay. Shall I do a hot shoe shuffle?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I can't really tap dance, as you can probably tell. I do karaoke, though, for maybe another time, over lots and lots of beer.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
User experience like for all this? Do you have to be signed in order to be able to record video?
No, I mean, so obviously when you're posting to Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, you have to be logged in there. And so what we do is we have a facility so that when you try to post a video, then obviously at that point we need to get some data from you to be able to do that for you. Because what happens is you're going to upload a video to our service, which we host, by the way, and moderate, by the way, and then the data will be shared out from our service there. So you're not having to worry about the bandwidth costs of 3 or 4 different services at once. So we handle all of that for you.
The user doesn't have to sign in at all. So.
They have to sign in to upload.
But you like to Facebook or
Well, yeah, well, you can sign in. When you sign in to Facebook and so on and so forth, we'll create an account for you because we need to attribute it to you somehow. And then if you want to carry on and attribute that account to other games, we can do that as well. So it's all very straightforward and easy. We're trying to make it as simple, and we try to choose only the point where it's in the interests of the player to want to log in. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to build a community here. We're trying to build a community of people who love games, and that's what's in it for us as an experience. But the reason for doing that is that creates a catalyst. That community creates a catalyst which people come back to, and they want to experience your game. That helps us create discovery. That helps us create opportunities for people to share and actually feel part of a community. And some of the stuff that Jussi was talking about on the keynote, this new stuff that's coming in October, is really going to allow us to go a step further. So we'll be able to make the game experience within Everyplay feel like it's yours, not ours. And that's really, I think, important, where we feel like we're really engaging with that audience. I don't know if that helps answer the question better. Cool. Question in the back? Sure. Yeah, so lots of, we have about, I think it's about 6 million or so of them, as I recall, maybe slightly more than that, already in place. I mean, we have a huge audience already doing that, so they already have accounts. But these accounts, I don't want to overemphasize the account bit. The point is we're trying to create experiences. You don't have to have an account to watch a video. But when you're posting it, we need to have some hook to be able to attribute it to you. And that helps make that personal. Yeah, you can log in with Facebook. You can log in with Twitter. You can log in with Google+. There can be as well. Yeah, so that's why we just try to make it as easy as possible. If you've chosen to log in with Facebook, great, carry on doing that. But you might choose to set up a password, for an Everyplay account for simplicity. So you're not tied to one or the other or the other. We're just trying to make every option available to players because we know it's important to do that. There's another question there. Yeah.
What's a memory footprint? And you are recording the video as you go.
Yeah, I can't remember what the memory footprint for the SDK is. UC might remember. I'm sure UC will know. I can come to you, UC. I'll run through. Yeah.
Okay, so memory footprint during recording is about 10 megabytes, if I recall correctly. The file size when it's encoded, which is happens on the file, is a phone. It's about 10 megabytes. For a tablet, it's about 20 megabytes per minute. And the GPU, CPU time is about 1.3, 1.5 milliseconds per encoded frame.
And the video recording, of course, is H.264, so it's very, very efficient recording. And we're simply writing from the GL layer to storage. So it's incredibly fast, it's incredibly low impact. Because we're using secondary processors, GPUs and all that kind of stuff, there's no extra load. So we're trying to basically make there be no impact on your game performance at all. I think Carl might be ready, but let's go for one more question over here first. There's a mic here, if we can just get you to say that again.
So along the storage lines, what happens if your device runs out of memory during the caching of the video?
So if your device runs out of memory, it happens, whatever happens in a game, if you run out of memory, it's no different than having a huge amount of textures and a lot of them there. So you will get a low memory warning if you run out of memory. But we don't keep more than 10 megabytes per constant when you're recording in the memory. So we directly encode to the device. So the recording is not on the memory, it's only the buffers. So it's constant about 10 megabytes for recording.
So it's kind of basically stuck in cache.
If you have questions, I think you need to actually use the mic. So if you can go to the mic.
But we also
or Oscar, would you take the mic to the gentleman so you can ask a question?
Just before I do that, I'm going to let Carl do his bit, but I'm going to bring the mic to you.
Well, I'm just going to wrap it up because we're already over time. But I could add the face camera to here. But one thing I want to also mention is really important is you also see these buttons here at the moment. They're not the nicest, but during gameplay, when you record it and then you share it, you don't want to see all the buttons. You also cannot remove that easily by just creating a layer that basically culls that. It's really simple. It's explained. You drag and drop the camera from Everyplay in there. Here in the Everyplay, and you have helpers. You're gonna have here a camera, and this camera you just drag in the scene, put to 0, 0, 0, and then all the options you don't want to see, you're gonna add to the culling layer for this camera. So it removes automatically then during recording the buttons that you don't want to have. You can also add a screenshot to your movie file. Super easy with the same one API, add it to it. I know we're over time already, almost a little bit too much over time. For the next speaker, I'm going to give it back to Q&A.
Yeah, we were using another plugin for this, and basically we have a problem where the user recorded a video. The gameplay was very fast, so he started another game, but the video was not uploaded yet. So basically, it started recording again, and the previous video was lost.
Was that Everyplay, or was that something?
Camcode.
Well, I think you've answered the question.
No, but I just want to know how does it work with Everyplay, like.
Obviously, Camcor's a different product. Obviously, Camcor's a different product. It's not ours, and I'm not sure exactly what they're doing, but that's not something I would expect to have experience in. Because the way that we record is happening instantaneously with the GL layer, so there isn't I can't imagine the circumstance where that would occur. Because if the game had stopped, it's already in memory.
In memory,
Yeah.
if you immediately after 10
Yeah.
seconds start recording another gameplay, what happens?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so yes, that can happen. Yeah, we're only saving one video in memory at a time, so that's down to your UI to decide how you want to handle that. Because we only store one in cache, so that you then post it online. We don't currently support the ability to store that into, say, for example, the kind of video folder. There's lots of reasons I can talk about that offline. So I know we're rushing. I'm trying to work out who I'm going to give my book to for the best question. I think I'm going to go for the guy who asked the first question over the corner there. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for coming. And Carl, thank you for being fantastic.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was useful. Thanks, guys.